Hello everyone, welcome to CNA, the daily newspaper analysis. So today we have got the following list of topics to discuss. So let's start. The first topic says about the PMAYG scheme to invite penalty. What is PMAY? It is Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. Okay, so if I see about this PMAY, we see that this scheme was launched by the Ministry of Rural Development to achieve the objectives of housing for all by 2022. And the erstwhile rural housing scheme, which is known as Indira Awas Yojana, was restructured to PMAYG, that is with effect from 1st April of 2016. ठीक है, तो 2016 1 अप्रैल से हम लोग ने इंदिरा आवास योजना को क्या बना दिया, इन दिस PMAY, that is प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना. What is the objective of the scheme? The objective of this PMAY is to provide a pakka house with basic amenities to all rural families who are homeless or living in some of the kacha or dilapidated house by the end of March 2022. तो ये हम लोग का क्या था, ये हम लोग का मिशन था, एम था. Okay, and it directly helped the rural people below poverty line. Okay, and the beneficiaries belongs to the people of the SCs, STs, free bonded laborers, non-SC, ST categories, but are widows or next kin of defense personnel killed in actions, ex-servicemen and retired members of the paramilitary forces, disabled persons, or any other minorities. Okay, so the selection of the beneficiaries is through 3 stages of validation. That is through the socio-economic caste census, ग्राम सभा as well as geotagging. तो ये जो सोशियो इकोनॉमिक ग्रास सेंसस है, ये हम लोग किसका डाटा लेते थे, 2011 का. ओके, और ग्राम सभा से लेते हैं, फिर जियोटैगिंग. ओके, एंड द कॉस्ट ऑफ द शेयरिंग will be by 60:40 in areas which have got plains or which does not have got any form of challenges, and the other, that is 90:10 by the northeastern states or the other hilly states. ओके, तो यहाँ पे फीचर्स क्या था, मैं पूरा बोल रहा हूँ पीएमएवाई क्या था. ठीक है, इसके बाद ये इशू पे आते हैं, तो थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड जानना हम लोग का इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो पीएमएवाई क्या है, पीएमएवाई फीचर्स क्या होते हैं, द फीचर्स ऑफ दिस पीएमएआई. ओके, इट सेज अबाउट दैट द मिनिमम साइज ऑफ द हाउस that has been increased to around 25 square kilometer. Okay, so square meter, sorry, तो 25 square meter from the 20 square meter जो पहले हम लोग का था, लेकिन अभी क्या चल रहा है, 25 स्क्वायर मीटर. ओके, विद अ हाउस हाइजेंड कुकिंग स्पेस. ओके, सो हियर आई विल डायरेक्टली से दैट टू एड्रेस इवन द अर्बन हाउसिंग शॉर्टेज, हम लोग ने और एक क्या निकाला है, PMAYU, दैट इज प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना अर्बन. तो ये हम लोग ने पहले रिलीज कर दिया था 2015 में, ये तो 2016 में आया ग्रामीण वाला. तो this PMAY urban is also doing the same thing, that is in the urban areas, not the rural areas. तो किस में आता है urban areas? Supposedly if I talk about the towns, notified area committees, developmental authorities, special areas, industrial development authority, तो ये सब डायरेक्टली आएंगे इस एरियाज के तहत. ओके, सो therefore now if I see to this case of PMAY, अभी क्या चल रहा है, since the date was around 2022. ठीक है, तो ये हम लोग का जो मार्च 2020 है, ये तो हम लोग का ऑलरेडी क्रॉस कर चुका है. बट बिकॉज द डेडलाइन वाज डायरेक्टली इंक्रीज्ड, ओके, टिल मार्च 2024. किस लिए? बिकॉज ऑफ द कोविड पेंडेमिक. तो कोविड ने हम लोग को यहाँ पे खा लिया. ठीक है, बिकॉज द इनिशियल डेडलाइन मैंने क्या बोला था, मार्च 2022, लेकिन अभी बढ़ा के क्या कर दिया, 2 years कर दिया, दैट इज मार्च 2024 तक हम लोग को डेडलाइन मानना है. सो इज टू एंश्योर दैट द स्टेट्स पे मोर अटेंशन टू द प्रोग्राम. ओके, तो यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट क्या कर रहा है, गवर्नमेंट इज डायरेक्टली ट्राइंग टू पेनलाइज द स्टेट्स व्हिच हैव नॉट येट went into such number of progress in this PMAY. Okay, so therefore in this scenario today, even if I say about Assam, तो Assam भी बहुत lessly इसको implement कर रहे हैं. We have hardly seen, because Assam though being a majority like जो government of India है, okay, that is the central government as well as the state government, they are belonging to the same ideology, same respective party. Okay, हाँ, चलो opposition ruled West Bengal, छत्तीसगढ़, उड़ीसा, उन सब में हम मान सकते हैं कि उसमें थोड़ा स्लो है बिकॉज ऑफ द डिफरेंस इन देयर रेस्पेक्टिव आइडियोलॉजीज। ओके, नेशनल पॉलिसीज डायरेक्टली इंप्लीमेंट नहीं कर पाते। ओके, उन लोग का जो रेशियो है जैसे 60:40 और 90:10, वो रेशियो वो लोग का कभी मिलता नहीं है, तो उसमें थोड़ा इश्यूज रहता है। लेकिन व्हाट अबाउट असम? ओके, असम डायरेक्टली इज गेटिंग फाइनेंसेस फ्रॉम 90% डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द सेंटर, 10% बस असम को देने जा रहे। एंड मोर ओवर असम इज रूल्ड बाय बीजेपी। So why this so much slow in implementing such number of schemes? So therefore, in this recent time period, September 13 May, okay, the ministry directly said that, and the circular was directly passed to every state, listing out some of the 6 penalty clauses. Okay, so यहाँ पे clause क्या बोला गया है कि supposedly if the sanction of the house is delayed for more than 1 month, okay, जो सैंक्शन है हाउस का उसका अगर डिले हो गया मोर देन 1 मंथ, then the date from the month of the date of issue of the target, then the state government will be penalized ₹10 per house ₹10 for the first month of delay. उसके बाद ₹20 per house for each subsequent month of the delay. So similarly, if the first installment due to the beneficiary is delayed for more than 7 days from the date of sanctions, then the state government will have to pay ₹10 per house per week of delay. तो यहां पे हम लोग पेनल्टी यूज कर रहे हैं so that the states could directly go for enhancement of this project, which could make the housing affordability for every people who cannot directly afford a house in such a scenario, that is a pakka house. ओके, तो इसीलिए ये स्कीम बहुत न्यूज में है, तो प्लीज लुक फॉरवर्ड अबाउट द स्कीम। जितना भी मैंने बैकग्राउंड बताया है वो सब याद रखना, एंड अबाउट द इंक्रीज ऑफ द डेट टिल 2024, दैट इज मार्च 2024। ठीक है, चलिए नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं। टेल ऑफ वुमेन वर्कर्स। What it directly says? It directly says about the women workforce, which is directly lessening in the time periods after the pandemic. Okay, so today if you see that this particular things was in news just because Oxfam India has released a report which is titled India Discrimination Report 2022, and this report is based on the data from the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So यहाँ पे क्या की फाइंडिंग्स क्या था इस डाटा ने? तो यहां पे ये देखा गया कि द वुमेन, इन टर्म्स ऑफ वुमेन, द लेबर फोर्स पार्टिसिपेशन, तो हम लोग यहां बोलते हैं लेबर फोर्स पार्टिसिपेशन रेट, LFPR, ओके, फॉर वुमेन इन इंडिया डायरेक्टली डिक्लाइन फ्रॉम अराउंड 42.7%। ये कब था? अराउंड 2004 एंड 5 टू कितना हो गया अभी? 25.1% इन 2020। ये हाल 42.7% था 2004-5 में, लेकिन अभी क्या हो रहा है? 25.1, ड्रास्टिक डिक्रीज. And this shows the withdrawal of women from the workforce despite the rapid economic growth during the same period. 2004-5 से आज तो हम लोग का रैपिड इकोनॉमिकल ग्रोथ हुआ है, लेकिन फिर भी इतना रिडक्शन क्यों हो रहा है? In 2019, okay, in 2019 I can remember that around 60% of all males aged between 15 and above had regularly salaried or self-employed jobs. The rate of females was at that point of time was hardly 19%. उस टाइम का बात बोल रहा हूं मैं, 2019-20 का बात बोल रहा हूं। 60% मेल्स डायरेक्टली आर वेरी मच इन द वर्कफोर्स, दे आर रेगुलराइज्ड, सैलरी और इवन सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड, लेकिन उस टाइम कितना था वुमेन वर्कफोर्स? हार्डली 19%. सो वी कैन सी दैट ओवरऑल डिस्क्रिमिनेशन इन वेजेस, ओके, overall discrimination in the categories of the people, be it SCs, be it STs, who is directly coming in from the lower caste, also Muslim communities and their respective belief systems also impacted the arena of women's workforce in this country. Today, if you mention about the SCs or the STs, hardly a regularized employed, I am telling about an urban area, SC or ST communities with regular employment in urban areas was rupees around 15,312 in 2019-20, against 2030-46 for those people coming in from general category. This means the general category is earning 33% more than the SCs and the STs. Today, if I see about even the Muslims, the 68.3% of the Muslims in urban areas face discrimination in 2019-20, which is directly up from 59.3% in 2004 and 5. तो पहले डिस्क्रिमिनेशन 59% था, अभी कितना हो गया है? 68.3. तो इसीलिए क्या हो रहा है? the tale of the women workers workforce in this respective arena of our country or in this very economical growth is very much of minimal today. Just because hardly we can see that 25.1% of the women are only going to the respective works. तो यहाँ पे डिक्लाइन हो रहा है, तो यहाँ पे वही सब बात बोला गया है. ओके, तो अभी रिसेंटली ये जो रिपोर्ट निकला है, इंडिया डिस्क्रिमिनेशन रिपोर्ट ऑफ 2020, which directly is a report based on the data from the Union Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. तो ये रिलीज कौन करता है? ऑक्सफैम इंडिया. तो वहां पे ये डाटा बताया गया. So we are talking about the respective issue now. Okay, so this Oxfam India, which is directly an NGO, यहाँ पे बताया गया है about the lesser number of women in the workforce in our country. Okay, तो यहाँ पे थोड़ा बहुत डाटाज है, वो सब थोड़ा बहुत याद रखना है. ठीक है, चलो नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं. हेल्थ अकाउंट्स, ये भी we are concerned about some of the datas associated with the health scenario of our country. So today, if we directly go for the national health estimates, okay, so today if I say about the national health estimates, we can see that recently even Niti Aayog, okay, in presence of the Secretary Union Health and Family Welfare, okay, they release findings of the national health accounts estimate for India for 2018-19. okay, तो यहाँ पे बहुत सारा बताया गया है कि like even today if you see about the national health estimates expenditure of the health department, we can see that union government's healthcare spend dropped to around 1.28% of the GDP from the previous year figure of 1.35%. Okay, and it shows that there has been an increase in the share of government health expenditure in the total GDP of the country. So therefore, additionally, if I say that this NHA findings also indicate that government's health expenditure as a percentage of current health expenditure has increased in a very slow manner. And it has also been observed that per capita government spending on healthcare has increased in the coming times. So today, if I see about that, आज अगर मैं if someone directly goes to the medical, if someone goes to getting care in some number of institutions, be it the healthcare institutions, आज हम लोग का लोग के क्या देख रहे हैं, हम लोग आउट ऑफ पॉकेट एक्सपेंडिचर्स बहुत ज्यादा देख रहे हैं. बिकॉज इफ आई सी अबाउट दिस आउट ऑफ पॉकेट एक्सपेंडिचर्स, मतलब सपोजली द गवर्नमेंट इज नॉट हेल्पिंग इट, तो तुम्हारा कुछ बीमार हो गया, तुम्हारा पॉकेट से पैसा जाता है, दैट इज नोन एज द आउट ऑफ पॉकेट एक्सपेंडिचर. तो दिस इज एज परसेंटेज ऑफ टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर्स टुडे इट हैज डिक्लाइन सब्सटेंशियली because of the government's allocations of various number of schemes, be the Atal Yojana, be the Pradhan Mantri Arogya Yojana. So all these respective elements has directly helped people directly maintain their out of pocket expenditures. So today in this field, okay, यहाँ पे और other findings क्या है कि like the government must need to focus on various number of social security as well, which directly results in the expenditure on health as a percentage of total health expenditure. And it also revealed that the government finance health insurance expenditures had increased. क्यों? यहाँ पे out of pocket expenditure जब कम हो जाएगा, that means the government's insurance expenditure will also increase. Government का ज्यादा जा रहा है. So in this period of time, today we can see that government is directly focusing much and much more towards the healthcare system of our country. So यहाँ पे हम लोग का एक the national health accounts, which directly released its 6 consecutive NHA estimates. So they are very much prepared by using an accounting framework based on internationally accepted standard of system of health accounts. So with the present estimates of this NHA, India now has a continuous series of NHA estimates for the country. And these estimates are not only comparable internationally, but will also help enable the policymakers to monitor the progress in different health financing indicators of the country. ठीक है, तो ये बताया गया है about various number of health accounts, about the various number of people where out of pocket expenses कितना जा रहा है, ठीक है, कितना परसेंटेज का डिक्रीज हो रहा है. तो इससे बस एक लिस्ट के बारे में बोला है. ठीक है, so you can see about some number of accounts of the recent review done by this national health accounts. ओके, चलो नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं. EU ban on goods made of forced labor. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Forced labor is what? Forced labor is defined as all work or services which is exacted from any person under the menace of any penalty and for which the said person has not offered himself voluntarily. तो आज अगर मेरे को बोले कि आप CNA करो और फोर्सफुली करो, So at that point of time I may directly call as a forced labor, but today I am not a forced labor because यहाँ पे मेरे को बोला नहीं गया है forcefully, यहाँ पे मेरे को penalize नहीं कर रहे. At some point of time I am directly not forced to do such number of analysis. So मेरे को forced labor नहीं बोलेंगे. तो forced labor किसको बोलेंगे? For any person under the manage of any penalty and for which a said person has not offered himself voluntarily. CNA मैं voluntarily कर रहा हूँ. So therefore I can directly say that I am not a forced labor. तो यहाँ पे क्या बोला गया है EU के द्वारा, that is the European Union के द्वारा. The EU directly proposed that there is a region in China which is known as the Xinjiang region where there are various number of abuses done towards the Uyghur Muslims, which are the mainly Muslim ethnic minority in this area of Xinjiang, and which have been included in some of the mass forced labor in some of the intermediate camps. Even the United States, which accuses China of genocide, introduced a law in 2021 that broadly prohibits importing goods from Xinjiang. So today, with the same level of affairs of US, today even the EU is directly supporting the cause of the US. So therefore, China obviously denies the abuses in the region, which is directly a major cotton producer that also supplies materials for solar panels. So in this area, today we could see that because of such number of policies, because of such number of works done by China in this Uyghur Muslims, in this minority Muslims, they are forced to do work. तो जो भी प्रोडक्ट्स वहां से आ रहा है, तो EU बोल रहा है कि हम लोग कंप्लीट बैन लगाएंगे जो भी प्रोडक्ट्स उधर से आते हैं. And this ban should be applied to all the products, including components and to all levels of production from extraction or harvest to manufacturing. सब में लगाएंगे. So in this scenario, it is directly a tough time for China to manage all this international community, क्योंकि China में ना freedom of press है. Okay, now the central medias or the central agencies are very much allowed to report in such areas. तो वहां पे total ban है. And we are very much sure about that the atrocities has been done miserably by Chinese authorities upon the Uyghur Muslims who are present in this area of Xinjiang. Okay, तो इसीलिए EU ने यहाँ पे बैन किया है about the forced labor. नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं CRISPR. ठीक है, तो ये एक इशू है एसोसिएटेड विथ ए साइंटिफिक इन्वेंशंस. ठीक है, तो ये CRISPR जो है इट डायरेक्टली स्टैंड्स फॉर clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats. Okay, so it is a simple but remarkable efficient way to edit the genetic codes of living organisms. Okay, so the CRISPR, it consists of two key molecules that introduce a change in mutation into the DNA. वो कौन सा है? एक है CAS9 और एक है guide RNA. Okay, तो CAS9 क्या है? This is an enzyme that acts as a pair of molecular scissors that can cut the two strands of DNA at a specific location. और guide RNA क्या है? zRNA is designed to find and bind to a specific sequence in the DNA. So we can see about that this has got various number of advantages. Supposedly, we can see this technology is very much of faster as well as cheaper in terms of some of the previous techniques of editing DNA. Also, it is very much of highly accurate because genetic engineering has been made the work more accurate by allowing scientists to have greater control on trait developments. Also, it is a viable compared to the genetically modified organisms. Okay, so therefore we have got a lot many number of applications in health, okay, in agriculture. Okay, also we have faced some of the issues with this technology. तो जहां पे अच्छा काम करने जाएंगे तो वहां पे obviously यहाँ पे हम लोग का कुछ ना कुछ issues होगा ही होगा. तो यहाँ पे issues क्या क्या है? Ethical concerns है, okay, biological concerns है, okay, we have got genetic drive, we have got gene gap over here. ठीक है, लेकिन यहाँ पे हम लोग को याद रखने का चीज क्या है? Supposedly यहाँ पे एक चीज याद रखना कि this 2020 Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded to Jennifer A. Doudna and Emmanuel Charpentier. And this was given in recognition of their discovery of CRISPR CAS9 gene scissors. तो ये दोनों नाम याद रखना. 2020 Nobel Prize of Chemistry किसको मिला था? जेनिफर ए डॉडना. और दूसरे कौन थे? एमेनुअल, EMANUELLE, एमेनुअल चारपेंटियर। तो ये दोनों लोग थे जो कि नोबेल प्राइज मिले थे इन केमिस्ट्री इन 2022 जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द इन्वेंशन ऑफ दिस CS9 और दिस CRISPR टेक्नोलॉजी। ठीक है, तो ये एक टेक्नोलॉजी है which is directly says about the means of going in for the genome editing. ओके, तो यहाँ पे देख लेना। चलो नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं, क्लाइमेट एक्शन दैट रन्स ऑन कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म। ओके, सो टुडे इफ आई सी अबाउट द थिंग about the rise of temperature and extra people contradictions all over the course, there is a there is a need to find some of the innovative solutions to mitigate the major impact of climate change. And there is a direct need of support of everyone with adequate funding and policy support. So when I say about cooperatives hota kya? These are people centered, enterprises owned, controlled and run by for their members to realize their common economic, social and cultural needs and aspirations. So hota hai cooperatives, and cooperatives brings together in a democratic and equal way. So today if I see about the cooperatives and has been taken, अगर मैं उसका एक legalized binding देखूं in the country of India, in the Indian context, the cooperatives are incorporated under Article 19 of the Indian Constitution as unions and associations, and further under 43B of DPSPs, it is regarded the promotion of cooperative societies. Also, the Constitution of 97 CAA of 2011, which inserted Part 9B regarding the cooperatives in India. Also, we can see recently a separate Ministry of Cooperation has been created by the central government for realizing the vision of Sahkar se Samriddhi. That means prosperity through cooperation. Okay, Sahkar se Samriddhi, prosperity through cooperation. So therefore, today you can see that how these cooperatives can significantly help in mitigating climate change through various number of collective and innovative solutions. Supposedly, looming impact of this rising temperature, loss of jobs, and depletion of water resources has directly put a heavy burden. So every policy have been through consensus. We should directly imply it in the respective society, and this consensus should directly come in from the people. That is directly from the grassroots level. Also, if we are directly going for various number of innovations to the missions, having solved some of the real world problems with their innovative skills. So at such point of time, I could directly say that we can tackle and mitigate the climate change activities. Supposedly, मैं अगर एक बात बोलूं about the Dhundi village in Kheda district of Gujarat, which had formed the world's first solar irrigation cooperatives. And the members of these cooperative societies are often called as solar entrepreneurs who are harvesting solar energy, and which have enabled them to reap a better harvest, and they are connected to the grid for additional income. If I am directly saying about this SEWA, SCWA, self-employed women associations, their interventions regarding environment, climate, water, clean energy are apt in current times, and they support our national goals, even the sustainable development goals, which has to be achieved by 2030. So therefore, though these cooperatives directly face a many number of challenges, be it neglect from the policy makers, lack of awareness, lack of funding and capabilities, poor management, but still we have to look forward for this respective cooperatives which can directly change the decorum of people's approach towards climate change. तो जैसे मैंने ये दो एग्जांपल बताया आपको, so these examples can be realized in every part of this country. So therefore, if I am cooperating more, if I am going for cooperative federalism, because the role of the center and the state is both necessary for promoting such number of activities associated with climate change. So there is a need for enhanced capabilities through various number of pervasive actions, various number of role building capabilities, good number of proper guidance from policy makers, from markets, from business, from communities, so that everyone should get a desired level of skill set and knowledge of running an enterprise, and also can further utilize these capabilities to solve every environmental problems. तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे हम लोग को सेंटर और स्टेट रिलेशंस को एनहांस करने का बारे में बोला अबाउट कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म. ठीक है, तो दैट्स वाज अबाउट द एडिटोरियल एनालिसिस दैट वाज इन न्यूज़ टुडे. Okay, so these are the 5 number of questions you should attempt. You'll get your answers in the Telegram channel of us. Do join our Telegram channel for the link given below. Okay, one mains question, you can attempt it and can send it to us. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you and Jai Hind.